Welcome back, everybody. Back on schedule. Welcome to Den Excelsior, the mostly Marvel podcast, episode 227. I'm your host, Ricky. With me, as always, Dennis.
What's going on?
This is a very special episode for two reasons. Reason number one, we have a friend of the show, Clark, joining us.
Welcome.
Welcome back. But special reason number two is we're talking about the Mandalorian and Grogu.
We are. You want to tell the story? You want to tell the story of why that's special?
The history.
The lore. Back before the world changed in 2020, Dennis and I think based off of the Mandalorian trailer, we both actually all three of us committed to 2 years of Disney Plus. Off the bat.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
We had that special deal at Comic-Con where
it was 2 years, right?
Discounted. Yeah. It was
the
great.
Trailer came out.
Was it
Comic-Con
or was it D23?
It was D23. That's right. It was D23.
I got Ricky.
The last one I went to.
One of them at D23. Yeah.
That pin's worth a lot of money, by the way.
Because you were allowed to buy for two other people besides yourself.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So back when Disney Plus was going to be a thing and they're building out the roster, at a D23, they showed the trailer for The Mandalorian, and it blew our socks off. It was very impressive, enough for all of us to commit to Disney Plus for 2 years off the bat. And that show came out, and I think it was everything we had wanted and more. It was this great unifier of what was or is Star Wars up until that point, right? Where it's very unique, singular story, kind of side story at the time that pulled in parts of the prequels, pulled in parts of the original trilogy, kind of put them in a big crock pot, and out came The Mandalorian. And we loved it. We loved it so much that we did a podcast about it.
I think there's something more to be said about that. I love the way you summarize that, but I think that the thing that was shocking about it is that you and I both loved it, because you and I are of a very different we're from different generations, and the Star Wars that I grew up with is not the Star Wars that you grew up with. And as a little kid, I always hated the Star Wars that you grew up with. I'm saying when you were a little kid, I hated the Star Wars that you grew up with. And it just hurt my soul so much that that's what you thought Star Wars was. So it kind of shocked me when we both had no complaints with the first episode of The Mandalorian. And back then you still lived in San Diego with near me. And you came over and we just said, I think we should just do this, because this is fascinating that somehow the secret sauce of this show allowed for you and I to both enjoy Star Wars at the same time.
Man, right? We recorded the first couple episodes live.
We did them live we did
them in person, and then they were edited. And oh my God!
Yes,
we have stopped caring.
We've stopped. Well, we've just decided to streamline process for sure.
Zero editing.
Yeah, zero editing. In fairness, I still so we did 3 seasons of a show called We Have Spoken before we finally were recommended by our friend Travis that we should do this weekly. And I said, I can't do Star Wars weekly, man. I just can't. There's still too much hate in my heart. As much as I love a lot of things about Mandalorian, each season of Mandalorian definitely allowed the hate to creep back in a little bit more, because certain things just weren't as wonderful as the first season. But it never stopped me from disliking The Mandalorian, right? And so when Travis recommended that, we said, Well, what's something we can absolutely talk about weekly if we had to? And Ricky loves the behind the scenes of movies, but especially all the Marvel stuff going on. And I love Marvel, and so that's how this show was born, out of 3 seasons of a show called We Have Spoken. Clark was definitely a guest on We Have Spoken at one point or another. And along with some other people, we even had creator of God of War, David Jaffe, as a host. You can find all of the shows that we put out on our YouTube and Spotify, all the different places you can find our show. They're all there. And like Ricky said, we edited them back in the day. And by we, I mean I edited a lot. Too much editing, right? But yeah, I think one of the things that we agreed when we decided to do this show, the Den Excelsior, the Mostly Marvel podcast, is we wanted to do it live because no editing is great, but also I think we had a rhythm by the time we had finished the 3rd season of Mandalorian, right?
You got better.
Yeah, we got this is easy. This is easy for us now, right? So way less ums.
But it's crazy that this thing that came out, this new thing came out, and here we are 6 years later, 3 seasons and a movie later.
And we're ready to talk about it. We're ready to talk about it. And and I'm glad, because the whole point of all of this was just to nerd out with friends on what used to be a Friday night or something like that. I think that's where the Dan Excelsior started, right? And then we moved to Thursdays, I think, and now we're on Tuesdays mostly. But the point is we get to hang out, chat, nerd out, and talk about fun stuff. And so
and it's great.
Really happy that Clark could be here. Clark wanted he didn't want me to point it out, but I will point it out. I am in the spirit of not wanting to edit the show, I also make the thumbnails for the show, and I'm incredibly lazy about those too. So just congrats, Clark. You are significantly lighter than the thumbnail image that I used of you. So
yes, no computer generated graphics.
It's false advertising.
Yeah,
I know. I also have a mustache again, and
that's true. You're back to the mustache.
Yeah. Well, you know what happened? I grew the mustache for Halloween, and then I kept it for Survivor Series, or I grew it back for Survivor Series. And then what I started noticing is whenever people are getting sick, I never got sick, and I noticed my allergies. My allergies were a lot better too. And I realized, it's a filter, right? It's an extra filter.
I don't know if that's
it worked for me. And let me finish my damn story before you start hating. I shaved my mustache a few weeks ago, and Ricky was very surprised about that. Guess who got sick 2 days after shaving his mustache? Yeah, I did.
We have medical professionals in our family that I'm going to ask this question to.
Medically, biologically, that is the purpose of a mustache, just so you know, is to protect your respiratory system. So, are you questioning that?
And your nasal hair.
Yeah,
nasal hair, yes,
and a mustache as well. Yes,
it wasn't just to catch food.
Yeah, well, yeah, but anyways, I mean that's one of the biological functions of it. But anyways, I'm just gonna, I didn't like when I got sick a couple weeks ago. It sucked. So I'm like,
keep the stash.
I'm just gonna keep it for a little bit.
Yeah.
Ride it out. I don't like getting sick in the summer. That's my thing.
Oh yeah, I agree.
That's worse.
Yeah. But anyways, back to the weight loss.
So I guess in the spirit of keeping things moving.
I'll keep it going because Ricky is cutting out big time right now.
Yeah, but it's really funny that happened right when he said the spirit of keeping things moving.
Yeah, in the spirit of keeping things moving, you froze, bro. You froze hard.
Oh man.
You can't script that live.
We're doing it live, guys. We're doing it live.
Yeah, it's locked in forever. Clark, what have you been up to this past week?
All right. Finally have something to say.
I know.
So last Saturday, I launched my own YouTube channel called Crane Waves.
Cut him from the show.
Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, no commercials. So I've been talking about this for years and finally did it. And so this is a place where I can put my audio projects and video projects that I'm working on, starting with an audiobook production of Moby Dick, because I like to start out with light reading. So if you have any interest, you can go to Crane Waves, and each week I will be doing a new chapter or more. I'm going to speed up of Moby Dick. And so far, the response has been a lot of fun. People are like, oh, I never wanted to read Moby Dick, but now I do. And so I have to make sure it doesn't suck. But it is a lot of fun. It's great getting back into audio production and, voice recording, and then also doing all the editing and putting music in and such. So that's a lot of fun. So I'm really excited to announce that. So please check out Crane Waves, CraneWaves. If, I would have had a link or something if I was more prepared. But we'll talk about it more next time, I guess. But that's been a lot of fun. So
we can throw.
It's a good listen. There's sound effects and all.
Ricky has already listened. So
that's my plug.
Great. Yeah. That's it. That's impressive. Mm-hmm. I have never had an interest in reading Moby Dick. So I guess I'll have to listen to you, because
there's 135 chapters. So
wow.
I will not be doing one a week. I am going to speed up as I get better with the production. But yeah, a friend of mine just recently gave me the book, and I'm like, oh, I've never read it, and I want to practice. And so what way to do it than one of the most famous novels in the world? So
nice.
Call me
Congrats.
Ishmael.
Congrats, man. I'm glad you finally are doing something on there. I know you've wanted to do for a long time. Good job. We look forward to it. Let me know when you do the Cliff Notes version of Moby Dick.
You betcha. I'll be doing other stuff too, so it won't be just
the whale.
Moby Dick. Yes.
They get the whale. By the way, natural filtration, just like eyelashes and eyebrows, mustache hairs help to trap dust, pollen, and airborne debris before they can be inhaled through the nose.
That's right. Debris.
Suck it.
I wouldn't say debris is different than germs.
What's up?
But germs are on debris.
Yeah, germs come. They are attached to debris. They don't. That's how germs get in your system.
Sometimes germs and
bacteria. Why they make us wear masks, brother?
Are like,
because
they get on stuff.
The filter's debris.
I don't want to be debris right now.
You just decided to take the stance of an anti-masker on our show.
Wow.
This is why it's live. And this is why We Have Spoken was not live. Okay. You know what it was about the editing back then? I wasn't sure about you, man. I wasn't. And I was like, am I going to do this?
My views do not reflect that of DanX Media and its subsidiaries.
Yeah, pretty much.
I'm not an anti-mask man. No,
or its guests.
Oh, man.
Yeah. But also, I will say this. I do think the live show is more fun. It is more fun. I was looking over the script from We Have Spoken that we used to follow every week, and that was rough. It was rough. It was a lot. And producer Lindsay used to constantly tell us we need to sound less like we're scripted. And so mission accomplished. Here we are now. So, but yeah, here's a different question for Clark, because Ricky kind of changed it up a little bit. Clark, what have you been nerding out on besides Moby Dick?
I, like Dennis, have been completely addicted to Droid Tycoon in Fortnite. That has taken over the game.
I basically beat it.
Yeah,
I have nothing else to do in that game.
I'm almost there
until Saturday, I guess.
Yeah. So they they did that for the Star Wars Day celebration. They had a bunch of little Star Wars things, and Droid Tycoon just took off, and for some reason, and so it's
the most popular of the 3 modes they added. It's by a lot. It's crazy.
Have you guys played a cookie clicker?
No,
it's the same. It's like the same thing.
Is it on Fortnite?
No, it's on it's a browser game. But
does it have Star Wars droids in it?
It has cookies.
Does it have Ludwig Göransson's awesome music in it?
If you open Spotify at the same time, yes.
All right.
Fair enough.
That's good
Just to
to
be
know.
in fairness, the music was only there during the weekend for the Mandalorian event.
It's gone now.
But after,
Except in our heads.
after I did open Spotify and play it while I was playing, makes it so much better. So there you go.
I can tell you a game I am going to play this week. It's been my goal to finally play Mixtape, which there's been a lot of talk about. So I know it's only like 3 hours. So I'm just trying to block out. I want to try to do it all in one sitting because that's what a lot of people say, to do. So there's been a lot of talk about Mixtape. So should be next time I'm on, I can say my feelings about that. But
that's that one. I've heard a lot of good things about that. It looks really cool. It looks really cool.
Yeah, it's one of those, is it really a game or is it a visual novel with prompts? But I mean,
I don't know why we're calling visual novels not games. Visual novels are awesome.
I'm with you. Hey, choose your own adventures.
They're like
are still books. They were amazing.
Games,
yeah. So
unless you count brothels, I think that's it.
That was a different type of game.
That's a different type of game.
Yeah.
But there are losers. There are losers for sure. That's cool. I have been playing Lego Batman, the Dark Knight Legacy.
Mm.
Well, I mean, that was why we did Lego Batman last week, right? Is to get hyped for that game. It's really funny because so I bought it because Lindsay and I were like, well, we haven't played regular Fortnite in months. We've just been playing either Brain Rot or Droid Tycoon, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so she's like, sure, give us something to do. Because at this point, I only played Droid Tycoon for 5 minutes every 1 hour and 3 minutes. So it's not a real game that I'm playing anymore. So we decided to get this game, and it was so funny because we did the pre-order so that we could play it, a few days in advance. I just so happened to be, I bought it the day it came out on the pre-order. And I went to the bathroom, and when I came back, she had already launched the game, right? So I am player 2 in our game. And it's kind of awesome because Lindsay's Batman, right? She's Batman all the time. And this game truly is like in the way that the Lego Batman movie was a love letter to Batman, this game is like a love letter to Batman games and other, media.
The Arkham games.
Specifically the Arkham games, but also the movies too. Like it really it took
Rocksteady has the credit in this game.
I'm sure they do. Yeah. It makes sense. The games, the story of them is like this brilliantly crafted origin story.
Amalgam.
It's an amalgam of everything that we've ever seen, right? But it starts at the beginning. It starts with you playing the little boy and going to the movies. But it finds a way to Lego it up and not have it be too dark or anything like that, It doesn't make the death of the
little blood Legos go.
No, but it makes it, instead of little blood, it has the little
pearls.
Lego pearls. Yeah,
I was about to
it
say,
has the Lego pearls, and
Always
it's really
pearls.
crazy.
Mm-hmm.
But also, they want to make sure that it ties all together. So the guy who was there in the alley, he says, "Hey kid, you ever dance with the devil in the pale moonlight?" And then suddenly, after it's done, a van pulls up, and the penguin's there, and he jumps in the van with the penguin. And so you're getting an amalgam, like Ricky said, everything. And then next thing you know, you're older and you're really upset with the crime in the city, and you end up getting jumped by some thugs, and you meet a young Lieutenant Gordon there, and you guys have to practice combat together as you're fighting thugs. Then next thing you know, Ra's al Ghul shows up and invites you to Nanda Parbat, and if you find the blue flower, you can train under the League of Shadows. And so it's taking all the most memorable beats of everything, and eventually we did get to the point where he is Batman, and you basically are unlocking the different suits as you go. So the first Batman suit you unlock is Batman Begins.
Mm-hmm.
And then, but But believe me, even though it's Batman Begins, he gets the car from the Batman first. That's the first car he gets, you know. And so it's just really fun to like experience it. But like the combat is exactly the combat from the Arkham games. Like not even remotely different. It's 100% the same combat. So if you like the combat from the Arkham games and just want to see it in a Lego perspective, it's really cool. But the most fun thing for me is just like I'm watching my wife get to be Batman the way she always watched me do it. You know what I mean? And
Justice.
it's kind of taken over. It's pretty awesome. Like she's all into it. You know, like I just play. The cool thing about it being a Lego game and it's co-op the whole game, in every chapter, because it goes chapter by chapter, every chapter there's just there's a character that makes sense for the story to be the second player. You know what I mean? At some points it's Alfred, at some points it's Gordon, at some points it's Talia al Ghul. You know what I mean? Like there's always somebody there. And so that's what
gives
I am.
you the variety.
Yeah, I get to be the variety, but I also get less moves sometimes. I don't get to have all the gadgets and stuff that Batman does, you know, but there are times where I have different gadgets and I have to like, you know, we have to work together to solve puzzles and stuff like that. So it's an awesome game. I know people are saying it's a kid's game, but like we will argue later today when we talk about the Mandalorian and Grogu, whether or not that's even a bad thing. You know what I mean? So it's a great game. It's great. It's awesome. Highly recommend.
I do want to give one more thing that I'm really excited about is Assassin's Creed Black Flag Resynced.
I know, because it looks pretty cool.
I loved Black Flag, and yes, I can't wait just to get in the boat and hear them start singing the sea shanties and building the boat.
The sea shanties?
The sea shanties. The sea shanties, you know.
Gotcha.
As I relive Moby Dick on in the game. No, but Black Flag was so fun, and it looks amazing for a remake. So that's one of the few single player games that I'm actually going to buy. You know, usually I wait until they go on sale, but I just can't wait for this one. Gotta pick it up.
That's cool.
Very excited.
Cool. I'm happy. Aside from Lego Batman, by the way, I've just been watching so much trash TV, just reality shows. I watched Physical Asia this week. That show is a continuation of like a sequel to Physical 100.
I saw that like prediction markets are ruining live TV because people know.
Really?
Or like not live TV, but reality shows.
Oh,
because you can bet on them now.
I know.
Yeah.
But they call it trading. They call it trading.
That's stupid because there's people that have inside information because they're filmed months ago.
Yeah. But I'm watching it late. It was already on a while ago. So I've just been watching it for the fun of it. But that one's cool. I've been watching Perfect Match because I love the trash of that too.
Is that back on?
The season finishes tomorrow actually. Oh, so we're a little late. Yeah. I just started it the other day. And then I found Tom Segura's Bad Thoughts. I watched all of season 1 really fast because each episode's like 20 minutes and there's only like 6 episodes or whatever. And then season 2 happened to come out this Sunday, so I watched all of that. It's pretty funny, but like I'll give you an example of an episode. Or I mean, it's sketch comedy, but it's very inappropriate sketch comedy. They do a sketch where it starts just like any Freaky Friday movie or type movie ever, right? The daughter and the mom are super upset at each other, and they just wish that they understood each other better. And then next thing you know, they wake up in the morning and they're yelling at each other in the living room because they're like, "How are you in my body?" Everything like that, right? So that's where it starts. Then all of a sudden, cut to dad sitting on the couch, and he's like, "So, which one of you would I?"
Oh man!
and that's how that show goes.
Yeah.
It's, every skit is just like the quiet part is being said out loud. You know what I mean? Like Highly recommend if you're into very inappropriate humor. So, but there you go. That's what I've been nerding out on. I gave you everything.
That's a
What
lot.
about you, Ricky?
Show wise, still up on Hacks. Finished up. The Boys ended.
Oh yeah,
Right.
we can
Oh
talk
yeah, we
about
didn't
that,
talk
too.
about that.
Yeah,
I'm happy.
I am too.
I don't need more Boys.
No, I don't really want more of it. I feel bad that
I mean, we're getting more.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it ended.
It ended with Anthony Starr giving one more performance of a lifetime as Homelander. And it was awesome. I
was satisfied.
Yeah. He did the thing that we all wanted him to do, which is die.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah. And then the rest of the characters got nice arcs. I don't know if you know, but like the comic has a way darker ending where most of them die. So I was happy that most of them didn't die. But the truly despicable ones that needed to are dead. And I think that's all I can ask for. You know what I mean? So like, yeah. And Huey got a happily ever after, which is also the other only thing I could ask for about that show. So, but yeah, I do think the show did not need to be 5 seasons though, right? Like it didn't.
Yeah, you can trim out little bits of each season and
Yeah.
have a very tight story.
Yeah.
But aside from that, aside from Hacks is great, by the way. It's one more episode left, but that show hopefully can also stick to landing because the next one is the last one. So,
have you been watching Euphoria?
No.
That show is crazy.
I've seen bits of what happens.
Okay.
I saw some more comedy this week.
Okay.
We went to go see Devontae Coleman, who was also on Funny AF. He was the guy that had a lot of pauses. It's comedy. I think he was in. He made it to like the 3rd round.
Gotcha.
Really great live. I think it was great. So we saw Steve a few weeks ago, and his set was like 50-50 stuff from the show, stuff that was new.
Have you seen Funny AF?
What was that?
No.
Oh.
Is it? I know it's Kevin Hart's.
It's a reality show where it's a competition where it's kind of like they're just trying to find
Idol comedy.
Kind of like Last Comic Standing, but
kind of. Yeah.
A little bit. It was pre-recorded.
Reality show with comics.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it was pre-recorded for the first 8 episodes, and then the last 2 were done live.
Very minimal reality show in that, like, you don't get to know a lot about their lives. Like,
it's just comedy.
It's just them doing stand-up and talking about their career as a comedian, pretty much. Like, you know, there's no drama behind the scenes. It was very little drama. One person quits and they have to get replaced. That's
she's like touring with John Mulaney. Like she's been touring with John Mulaney.
Oh, really?
Over a year, yeah.
That's cool. Good for her.
And so I was like, oh, I guess you can quit the show.
Well, you know what? I kind of love the stance that she took, and that it's as a competition. There was an episode where they were going to take 4 months off to get new material ready to go, and then when they come back, the first thing they're going to do is a roast. They want to see how they do in roast scenario, and this comedian just decided that's not really the type of comedy she likes to do, and so she bowed out of the show. So that's cool to know that she's been touring with John Mulaney, because like I can respect that, you know, like roasting is a very mean type of comedy, you know, like if you're doing it correctly, it's very mean, and like, you know, some people don't want to be mean, and I don't think somebody should be forced to be mean if they don't want to be mean, you know.
Sure.
So I respected her decision.
I was happy. We were happy to see Devontae live. And surprised that it was all new stuff, not from the show. So that was really cool. It was super funny. But I love this little pocket of comedy that I've discovered in Long Beach now, where
That's cool.
it's very, it's just like this week we're seeing Ray. He's coming down again, so we have like we're lucking out.
Ricky's just on first name basis with all these comedians now. Like, so.
Hey man,
It's Steve and Ray.
Steve and Ray.
Do you know who I'm talking about?
I don't really. I really don't. But it's cool. It's cool.
Ray Lau.
We'll just edit that out later.
Yeah.
Ray Lau. Okay.
You'll hear of him soon.
Good.
You should watch the show though. It's pretty fun. It's cool.
It's funny. Yeah.
Yeah. I don't know if it's funny AF, but it's funny.
It's funny.
Yeah.
What else did we do this weekend? I don't know. There's something gonna blow up not too far from where I live all weekend, so that was kind of weird.
I know. I heard about that.
Yeah.
I'm kind of bummed it didn't. Like, I mean, I was outside.
This is from the anti-masker earlier today.
Sorry, the chemical tank didn't explode.
No one got hurt, but
and I'm sad.
Everyone was evacuated. But
the rumors are that it might have been an inside job.
Look, people, for 4 days they were hyping up. They were hyping up. It's either going to explode or spill. So,
I feel like this show's going to end up finding the wrong target audience with all the weird things we've been doing.
Hey man, after 6 years, we got to start.
We're supposed to talk about what you've been nerding out on, and you talking about like chemical explosions and stuff that didn't kill people, and you're bummed.
I didn't say I didn't want to kill people. I'm saying it didn't explode.
I was looking for the dark man in my rear view while driving. I didn't see him. No
my
crows.
God, this is getting weird.
I'm ready to take a stand.
Okay, you're talking about that kind of dark man.
Yes.
Got it.
I thought I was clear making a stand reference, and then I realized, let me make that more clear.
Got it. Okay. Should we pivot? Should we pivot?
Let's pivot.
Talk about some games.
Hit the button, please.
Alrighty, Marvel's Frankenstein anime that they did with Toei is coming to 4K. Did you know this existed?
No.
It's a 1981 TV film from Toei Animation. Frankenstein Legend of Terror.
I bet the animation's sick.
Yeah.
I will
4K
watch it
restoration. It's his first release since 1984. And it's the first part to come to Deaf Crocodile subscription.
What?
Service.
What is?
I don't know what that is.
What is Deaf Crocodile?
I'm reading the news.
Okay.
Oh man.
Yep.
I don't even know what you're saying, bro. I don't even know the words coming out of your mouth. What's a deaf crocodile?
Marvel Frankenstein anime.
I feel like you just hope that if you keep saying it over and over again, it'll just click.
Wait. Is this anime from Marvel?
It's from
Marvel Toei.
Marvel Toei. No, I should not make fun of them.
All right.
They're awesome.
I'm gonna just decide to be excited for it until I figure out how the hell I'm supposed to watch it. If I gotta pay more money to watch it,
you gotta pay Deaf Crocodile. That's
no,
I'm good. I'm good.
Not worth it. No, sorry,
not happening.
No.
All right.
If my Marvel content is not on Disney Plus, what is wrong here? What's going on?
All right.
All of my Marvel content is supposed to be on Disney Plus.
Next up,
also my Indiana Jones content is supposed to be on Disney Plus. Just saying.
Is it not on Disney Plus?
No, I'm just making sure it is.
Marvel unveils a new deluxe Indiana Jones hardcovers collection of their comics. That's it. Did you ever read the indie comics?
I did not. That is not what I think of when you say indie comics, but I am intrigued, and yet
Indiana
I'm
Jones
sure
comic
it will be way too expensive.
coming later this year in September.
Yeah, I don't know how I'd feel about Indiana Jones as a comic book.
The show was it well received?
You mean Young Indiana
I
Jones?
mean, the young
Yeah,
Indiana
yeah,
Jones.
It was
Oh,
very
I
well
loved it.
received. It was
Yeah.
River Phoenix, right? Or no, River
No.
Phoenix. He was in the movie. Sorry, he
Yeah.
was in the movie. Yes,
As a
yes,
movie, Young
Well,
Indiana Jones movie.
It was
No.
the other dude from the Boondock Saints. What's his name?
Wait. So it was a show and a movie?
So no. The inspiration for the Young Indiana Jones show was the flashback in The Last Crusade, where you get to see him, Indy, as a kid, played by River Phoenix.
River Phoenix.
Got it.
And Sean Patrick. I can speak.
The games
Sean
were
Patrick
regarded too,
Flannery.
right? The
Sean
Atlantis
Patrick
game?
Flannery. What was that?
The games regarded the older
The Great Circle. Or
no,
the
no,
older
no,
games.
the Atlantis game.
The Fate of Atlantis. That's a brilliant game. I love
The-
that game.
Yeah, Young Indiana Jones Chronicles
Mhm.
is part of the canon. It's part of canon
Mhm.
of Indiana Jones.
Okay.
It was a good show. It was really fun. I liked The Adventures of Briscoe County Jr. more.
Did we like the what was the last movie called?
No,
No.
No?
the answer is
The
no.
Dial of Destiny.
No.
Dial of Destiny?
No, we did not, and that's why we did not do a show about that one. 'Cause I don't care if he is a heroic character. I didn't want to watch that movie.
But
Wait, so
speaking
you
of
haven't seen it?
Briscoe,
I have seen it. I've
Okay.
seen it. It's terrible. It's terrible.
I had a friend over last week. His first time at my place, and he looked up on my shelf of DVDs, and he's like, "Briscoe County Jr." Excellent. So it was nice to meet someone else who could appreciate Briscoe, because that is
I
a great
love
show.
me some Briscoe. It's a great show. Anyways, super excited for these hardcover of Indiana Jones.
I want to see what the art is first.
Yeah, right. Is it from the 80s? Is it from the 90s? Is it how classic is it? Inquiring minds want to know, Ricky.
They're from 1989.
Ooh,
Or, sorry.
boy.
Ooh, okay,
They're-
89. Interesting.
They're 1977
Okay,
and
well now
1989.
all right.
77.
Indiana Jones didn't come out until 81.
Yeah.
Oh, let
Great
me-
Raiders Lost
Yeah.
Ark.
Yeah. How are these?
Hold on,
comics?
let me read.
77 is Star Wars.
Indiana Jones Further Adventure books includes Marvel Super Special 1977, 18 and 30 adaptations of
Oh,
Raiders of
number
the Lost-
77.
No, 1977.
Oh, really? Okay.
Hold on. Was Indiana Jones a comic before?
No.
No. It was
Hey,
not.
man.
It was not a comic.
It was made up. Well, technically, it was made up in 77 when Lucas and Spielberg went to Hawaii when Lucas was too scared to see the box office return or the opening of Star Wars. And they went to Hawaii, and on the beach, Lucas told Spielberg about this idea that he had of doing an adventure serial. And that's when the idea of Indiana
in addition
Jones.
to his other adventure serial.
Yes.
I'm
But
just
this-
saying
this-
the article's wrong. Yeah.
If it's from Marvelous News, typos are common.
Alright.
Typos are common. There's no way there's an Indiana Jones comic from
It's the last
1970.
time you get a photo of the day.
I am looking at some pictures of it, and it depends on the cost.
Okay.
My guess is it'll be way too much, but the art it does look adventurous. Then again, these are the covers.
You know what, Ricky? I know you were pressed. I appreciate that you found art that related to the Mostly Marvel podcast.
Yes.
Or I mean, not art, news that related to the. So
It's hard
hey,
sometimes.
I know.
It
I
is.
know it is. It is. It's cool. As a reminder, if you're into the Future Foundation, you can pre-order The Thing and Invisible Woman tomorrow. And then I think there's something else for pre-order next on Thursday as well. Just throwing that out there. That's toy news. Go,
Cool. Should we talk about Mando?
please.
The Mandalorian and Grogu came out this past Friday.
Spoiler
on
warning.
The 22nd, directed by Jon Favreau, starring
Written by Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni,
by Jon Favreau, Dave Filoni.
and there's a third person.
Starring Pedro Pascal, Brendan Wayne, Lakeith Crowder, Sigourney Weaver, Steve Bloom, Jeremy Allen White,
Noah Clore.
Martin Scorsese.
Is the
Martin
other
Scorsese billing and this is crazy. He's
Why?
like fourth.
Well, I mean, he is Martin Scorsese.
He is Martin Scorsese, but just off the bat, Dennis Clark, give me your immediate thoughts.
Wait, we're not
coming out of the theater.
gonna do light side, dark side.
We're gonna just get a vibe check here. Starting
I'm
with
just,
Clark.
I'm just messing. I think you
That
know
was
my vibe.
interesting. And Dennis's vibe affected my post vibe, which was good because right after I saw it, it was fun. I really liked it, but I wasn't as excited as Dennis because I had that pent up stuff I had to let go that Dennis was able to let go right away, which was great because it was the first Star Wars movie in
7 years.
7
9
years.
years.
Is it 9?
Is it?
I thought it's 7.
No, it was 2019 is when Rise of Skywalker came out. But
Yeah.
you could be in denial.
Oh.
That's fair.
Dang, he's taking shots at the host. I'm pretty sure it's 7 years, but it's cool.
7 years.
It's
Seven,
but-
you're right. 7.
It's been a long time. It's been a long
that
time.
was more of a shot against the Rise of Skywalker. But
Yeah.
But and so it was a lot of fun, but it didn't scratch the full Star Wars itch. But it, as you said, it didn't need to. We're going to get into that and stuff. But that being said, I was amazed at the puppetry, the music, as you said, what was amazing. But there's another factor that I do kind of have to mention, that I saw it in a new theater format, which is AMC is trying this thing called Screen X.
I refuse to watch.
I hate Screen X.
I refuse to watch anything in Screen X.
Ooh.
I saw 5 minutes of The Flash in Screen X. I
Mhm.
left the theater, got a refund, and they didn't even like fight me. They're like, "Yeah, most people do that."
I thought it was brand new.
Nah, it's been
So
around.
this is the first
Oh,
time that
no.
it appeared at Burbank, which is their main theater.
I almost
and-
considered Screen X just for this one because I was like,
Is Burbank the main AMC or the one further up?
It's Burbank is their number one selling, and it's their flagship theater.
Is that the Nicole Kidman one?
No, they didn't film Nicole Kidman there, but
That one's up there though, isn't it?
yeah,
Okay.
but
let him cook. Let him cook.
So, for those who don't know, Screen X means they project on the side of the theater. So they have 3 projectors, one to the center, and then 2 to the side that has, sort of the cutout like a triangle as the theater goes up. And it's designed to make you feel more immersive.
It's the Warner Brothers Hall H shit.
It's
that they did for a
totally the
while.
Warner Brothers Hall H, but that's better because
Yeah.
this, it's like seeing
Well,
it.
they
in
add stuff
Black
for the
Bart,
Screen X too.
No, that's what I'm not sure because
I'm fairly certain.
It is. It's like periphery.
the
Yeah.
angle, but like because the ratio of the center never changed, and I'm like, this doesn't look like a full widescreen. I felt like they were cutting stuff off.
The studio
put
doesn't
on
add
the
stuff
side.
to Screen X. Screen X adds stuff to Screen X.
Okay, because I was looking
Yes.
directly
Yes.
at the side screens and noticing the resolution was nothing like the center screen.
Yeah.
There's like
So-
there's a Screen X process that like gets credited in the movie too, like in
Okay.
the credits. Like, yeah.
Yeah.
It's
So I'm not entirely sure if that also affected me watching the movie
did.
in
It
Screen
did.
X.
It did. I promise you, it did.
Okay.
It is garbage. I will never do Screen X again.
Yeah, I'll never do Screen X again either.
Yes.
So,
Like I
but-
said, 5 minutes of The Flash,
Mhm.
and I was out. and then I just went and watched a regular screening of it, a half hour later or whatever.
They had better seats in the ScreenX, so I went with that when I got my tickets. So, but now I know. Now I know it's not there. But anyways, and things that were fun.
What year did The Flash come out, by the way? Because
that was a few years ago.
I mean,
that's how long. Yeah, that's how long ScreenX has been around.
That's interesting. It took them that long to put it.
The last movie was I saw the Marvels in ScreenX.
Really? Okay, interesting.
Yeah.
Well, I don't need to try to warn people about ScreenX. You already know. But like, it was nice seeing it like opening night, so to speak, even though I know Thursday is the real opening, but Friday is, the full opening day, and people were cheering. There was families in the group, in the theater, and we had a really good time. So it was a lot of fun. It had a lot of cameos and callbacks to Rebels and other shows, and Filoni Star Wars verse stuff, and so I definitely appreciated it, but I didn't have the same wow. I walked out and I'm like, that was really fun, but I wasn't like, that was really fun. That was really fun. And then talking with Dennis and stuff and realizing, it was, look, it's okay just to have a movie for kids. I know we're going to talk about that later. Made me kind of get even more excited as I thought about it. And now if I see it again in a regular theater, I probably will like it, more. But it's a very well put together movie because it's Jon Favreau, and I really liked a lot of the, seeing Zeb and other characters in it. And I really liked, I know we're going to get into this, but one of my favorite parts was Mando's nemesis, who I'm so glad they kept very mysterious, because clearly he's going to be in the next season or whatever they do. I think
he's a known thing. Ebo.
He is.
Ebo's from the Clone Wars and stuff.
Oh, I totally forgot.
Or is he Clone Wars or is he Rebels? Is he Rebels or Clone Wars?
Pretty sure it's Clone Wars because he has a different dog in the movie.
You're right.
Well, I'm just out of it. So, anyways, I liked Ebo.
Yeah,
that is not as mysterious as I thought. But
before we get to Dennis,
Embo.
Okay, Embo.
Not Ebo.
I think it is telling. So you kind of touched on it, Clark. That I saw this movie on Saturday night. Dennis, I think you saw it Sunday.
I saw it Sunday morning at 10:45.
Clark, you saw it Saturday, right?
I saw it Friday night at 9:15.
I don't know about you guys, but typically, or the past 5 Star Wars movies, for better or for worse, those are as early of a showing on a Thursday for me. That's what those movies are, and I think those movies are a lot of people. And for this, I didn't have that interest. I just like, okay, I'll just see when I see it.
I think it's the word. I think it's the reviews that were killing my motivation, right? Like, as much as I think the thing that got me most motivated was you and I agreeing to do this show. That was like, all right, fine. Now we have to do it, right? But like, I wasn't trying to see it opening night. I didn't.
It's a weird place for a Star Wars movie. I realize that now, like a few days out of it, I'm like, oh, like it wasn't this tent pole as these things usually are.
Yes.
But Dennis, share. Let's get to your thoughts.
I thought this movie was fantastic. I went in, just so you know, I saw it 10:45 screening. There were people up in the thing behind me. I had to sit in the disabled seating zone, and they had renovated the theater, so like behind me is a giant wall, so I can't see any of the people behind me. And there's a few people in the close-up rows in front of me, but I started realizing there was nobody in my row at all. So like, how you do that thing when you're watching something cool in a movie and you just have to look to the side to see somebody's reaction.
Mm-hmm.
I started realizing, oh man, it's just me. It's just me. Like, however I feel about this movie, it's just me. Like, because I have nobody to see, Sure, I could hear people laughing. There was kids in the background and stuff, but I just started realizing like that I really was enjoying this movie because it made me feel the way I remember feeling when I watched Return of the Jedi in theaters for the first time. Is the childlike wonder of not knowing. Like what I loved about this movie that I won't say I disliked about the show. I think what this movie did is double down on the things I liked about the show, which is just living in Star Wars, live in that universe. And what this movie did is they actually let you breathe longer. Every scene got to be a little longer than it would have been had it been in the TV show, right? Like, especially in particular, the scene where Mando has been poisoned, and Grogu has to figure out how to take care of him and fend for himself in the woods, right? That scene is long, and I know there's people that are going to dislike how long and drawn out it was because there's no talking, right? There's very little talking. The only people that talk are like the fisherman guy that gives Grogu a couple fish, right? Something like that. But other than that, you're watching quiet and you're watching an amazing puppet do all this cool stuff that's making you feel immersed in this world. And for me, I felt the same feeling as when I saw Leia Organa like stranded out in the middle of the woods because I think her bike broke or something like that, and next thing you know, a little tiny Ewok just shows up and it's a real thing that's there. You know what I mean? You can see it and it fills you with fascination because you're like, what is this thing? What am I watching? And I felt that way through the whole damn movie. Like I was so amazed by everything I watched. There are degrees of amazement. I would say less amazed by the CG characters. More amazed by.
Well, most of them, I think more of them were stop motion than you think.
That's what I was going to say. More amazed by the stop motion characters. I am aware of the stop motion characters, and most amazed by the puppets. I think, but I never faulted the CG characters in the movie because I'm like, some of them they're just too impractical to ever do.
Yeah.
In real life, like they're just not like. That snake was out of control. You know what I mean? Like whatever that thing, like I know that thing is from it's either from Rebels or Clone Wars. I can't remember which one it is. That giant white serpent that in the pit. That's from a show. That's from one of the old. That's a Dave Filoni thing. There's so many creatures in this movie. Like it's just creature on top of creature on top of creature, and every now and then you get 5 minutes of Mando just being badass. And that's what this movie is from start to finish. And if you don't like that, that's okay. But I loved it. I ate it up from beginning to end.
Well, it's okay because and I think it's helping and hurting these movies depending on who you are. But
for sure,
it's so inconsequential. This movie, you can not watch any Star Wars going in.
Yep, you don't even have to watch Mandalorian and Grogu.
And you don't need to watch this to watch Star Wars going forward.
Yeah. They give you a write-up of what's going on at the beginning of the movie.
It's a slice of life.
It is. And I think what made that so wonderful for me is that was the original intent of Star Wars, right? Was to be serialized storytelling, just like Indiana Jones, right? It's just like, we're just going to jump into the middle of this character's life or these characters' lives, and we're going to get a story, right? And yeah, the Star Wars original movies, way higher stakes, but it didn't change the fact that like the high stakes moment of the movies didn't happen till the end of the movies, right? Like everything before the last 20 minutes of any Star Wars movie is just a journey, like to see what are we going to see, what terrains, what environments are we going to visit, what creatures are we gonna learn about, what space battles are gonna look like, and that's every Star Wars. Like that's the core of every Star Wars, and I think that's what that's why so many of the old school fans were frustrated by the Phantom Menace, because like it had elements of that, but it also had like a bazillion hours of politics, and you're like, what is happening? You know what I mean? Like there's so much talking in the Phantom Menace, so much talking. Conversely, this movie, there's very little talking.
I don't think you get an Andor without the Phantom Menace.
I'm not here. We're not doing that show. We did that show. We did that show 3 seasons, Ricky. We're not doing it. That's cool. I'm happy that you're willing to die on that hill. But my point is, this movie was quiet, and it let us and just take it all in. And I love it for that.
It takes a lot of balls to like. There are 2 very heavy puppet sequences.
Yeah.
And to your point, they just let it ride. Like,
Yeah.
They let it ride so long, and
long.
Look,
but the puppets were the stars.
No, the puppets are the stars. Like I'll say that Pedro Pascal, Sigourney Weaver, Jeremy Allen White. I'm betting they probably did like 5 days of work on this movie.
Oh yeah, they did the least amount of work.
They collected the bag.
Okay, but I like.
Well, and I will say to their credit, I am very happy that Brendan Wayne and Lateef Crowder. It's Pedro, Brendan, Lateef.
Yeah,
that's your
the Mandalorian is a triple.
Super high.
Yeah,
that's cool as shit too.
Yeah,
like,
it's so cool to acknowledge that the Mandalorian is 3 people, right? It takes 3 people to make this character work. I loved it. I loved it for doing that. Yeah.
If you take stock in this movie, there are like no people. Like very minimal human beings are in like I don't count Mando in the suit as a human. Like
that is fair.
It is just like
that is why I love this movie.
Where it's all aliens, it's all droids.
You don't understand. Like
it's so much better. It like there's an interview with John Favreau that came out recently where he's talking about all the choices for the creatures, and he's like, yeah, it's all the quote unquote leftover toys from the original series, all the ones that your brother did, made you play with because you wanted to play with all the cool ones. So you have this mishmash of like these random ass aliens.
I will just say, just what you just said, the leftover toys and the stuff, just how great. If you're a Star Wars fan and you've seen the side toys or remember side creatures in the movies that never had, bigger scenes, you get very rewarded in this movie. I will just say that. Because I don't want to spoil.
Spoil it. I mean,
we can spoil. It's okay.
Okay. It was amazing to see the figures from the chess set come out in the battle and recognize what all these creatures were. I instantly recognized them, and I'm like, these are all the creatures from the chess set in Star Wars, and it was so cool to see them in full glory.
It was.
And the serpent things that are Jabba's water or whatever. Those things are cool as shit to see.
Yeah,
not Jabba's. You mean the twins?
The twins.
Well,
no. Well, seeing all the Jabbas in their little tunnels was cool.
You mean the huts?
Seeing all the huts in the little tunnels was cool, but the other like serpent snake thingies that are swimming around.
Yeah,
with the red eyes.
They were kind of nightmare fuel. Yeah, a little bit.
Those guys are a little creepy.
Yeah, it was just a joy to like experience creatures that you've never seen.
Battle droid in there. I always love that.
Yeah, I know.
So like just to like kind of hammer it home, like I know that people we forever are indebted to George Lucas for Star Wars, right? Even though like a lot of people love to point out like, hey, his wife edited that movie and that is why that movie's what it is, right? I would argue that there's 2 other creative visionaries that made those movies what they are, and it's Jim Henson and Phil Tippett. And I think Jim Henson, his Creature Workshop, helped so much with the Star Wars trilogy, and as a kid, I ate up everything that Jim Henson ever put out because like it helped sell that we're in another world, you know, whether it be Labyrinth, whether it be the Dark Crystal, whether it be Sesame Street, you know, whether it be like the Muppets. Every time I'm seeing something that Jim Henson created, I escape to another world. And I caught myself in this movie saying Jim Henson would be so proud of this movie. But also, like, Phil Tippett is like the stop motion god of this like generation, you know what I mean? Like, and those robots, I knew instantly that those things were stop motion, and I was in heaven because it's what I do, you know, like it's you know, ever since I started doing this toy photography thing years ago, my whole goal is to create illusions that make people confused about, like, is that real? Is that not real? But like, I try as hard as I can to make practical effects because I know that there's a visceral response when you see something that you know it's real. You know what I mean? We have been trained for, like, I don't know, 30 years now to identify uncanny valley. You know what I mean? Like, even since Jurassic Park, we know it's not quite real. Like, we can tell. It doesn't mean it's bad. It's just, it's something in our brains is wired to recognize real versus not real. You know what I mean? So I think that in itself is what made the original Star Wars trilogy so amazing, is because that was all practical effects, right? Like, because that's all they had, except for the, you know, drawing in the lasers and stuff like that, you know, like that. But, you know, and that's why some of us reject the prequels because it chose to use a new technology. And I'm not saying that technology is not valid, right? It's a tool. Like, every tool has its purpose. And I think we got to see all the tools on display in this movie to varying degrees. Like, you know, if you're big into CG, you might like the CG stuff more in this movie, or you might be mad at some of the lighting that, you know, choices. Like, you know, Road of the Hutt, mileage may vary on how he looks in this movie, you know, depending on the lighting, depending on the background.
Fine.
But it was very interesting seeing a Hutt portrayed like that.
Yeah, for sure. But dude, those robots, that stop motion and that puppet, that's Star Wars to me. It's Star Wars.
I want to add one more pillar, and you're gonna like this.
The music.
The music. Yeah, John Williams. And then
Ludwig just got another Oscar.
Yeah.
But the difference is, like, I would say, John Williams is definitely a pillar of the original trilogy and even the prequels. But I think we just got shown that you don't need John Williams to do a Star Wars movie, and that was what was crazy.
And I was very happy for that because, I mean, John Williams is in his 90s.
Yeah, Ludwig Göransson, man.
Yeah, he was fantastic. I mean, you know, and I like seeing, you know, the younger generation. I love Michael Giacchino. You know, there's a number of film composers.
All inspired by John Williams, for sure.
Yes, yeah, absolutely. You know, that are taking their stab at Star Wars movies and such, and definitely he knocked it out of the park. You know, we already liked the Mandalorian theme, but he took it in different directions that just fit so well with each scene. And
the Shikari theme, oh my god, the techno, that music, I had to come home and find it on Spotify, man. I had to. Like, it's so good. Like, I think that you're right, Clark. I missed the pillar. It's the puppets, it's the stop motion, and it's the freaking music, and those, and also space, you know. I've never thought that Star Wars has to be Jedi. Like, I never.
Well, it's
and I'm with
long battle. Are the Star Wars about the Skywalkers and everything that surrounds them, or is it about the universe? And this is a very strong case for
the universe.
It is just the universe that they all occupy.
Now, in fairness, Grogu does use the Force.
He does, yeah,
but sparingly.
Sparingly.
He was not. what I did like is that the Grogu using the Force was not a Deus Ex Machina for every problem that he
For
had
sure.
to solve,
For
Mhm.
sure.
and
But
that I really
he
like.
did use Force Heal, which is quite
Yes,
Yeah.
which was very that. But
I will
like
say,
it was enough. I was waiting for him so little that I was waiting for him to use the Force. I'm like, when is Grogu going to use the Force? And then he did. And it made total sense, and it actually fit within
Well, he
the
used it on the
games
mouse
and the
droid
other
at the
stuff.
beginning, right?
in the first, yeah, you use it
Yeah, he
in the
used it on
very
the mouse
beginning.
droid.
Yeah.
Okay,
I
okay.
mean, I guess
You were waiting again for
Yeah.
him to use
Yes.
it. Okay, gotcha.
But
But-
you know, a Jedi normally is using the Force all the time. But
Yeah. He ain't
I mean,
no Jedi.
Grogu. I get my point was that, as you said, before, it was so interesting seeing the scenes where it was Grogu when he had to figure stuff out, because he is, while we keep calling him Baby Yoda, they live so long. He's intelligent. Sure, he can't speak yet, but he thinks. You see him thinking, and that's what's amazing about the
Yeah,
puppet.
he's
You
thinking about-
see him
He's thinking
thinking.
about eating those macarons.
Yes, he was, and
I think
I
I
did-
don't. I think the question about how intelligent he is, because they live for hundreds and hundreds of years in theory, because Yoda did, right? So like, you could argue that he's developmentally still a child.
Yeah.
like, so, but but you can see the wheels turning in that robot or puppet or whatever you want to call it for sure.
Before
Sigourney Weaver joined the cast because she specifically wanted to act.
that's what I was just about to say. She
Grogu.
required. She's like, I'll only do it if you give me a scene with Grogu.
That thing is amazing.
Yeah.
It's so cool. Like, that's why
it's very impressive,
I agree.
the technology that
Yeah.
puppet is. I'll say this piece before I dunk on this movie a little bit. I think it's cool as shit that the aliens have a 2-scale ship. I don't think I've ever seen that in Star Wars.
That was so
That's
awesome.
so true.
It
Right?
was
Like-
so awesome.
And
Yes.
it makes it it makes sense, right? They're little creatures. They would have tiny ass ships.
Why would they have a giant ship? Yeah.
But
and
to
it
actually
was-
see it.
It was funny, and it was also a plot point, right?
Yeah,
Like,
that's
it
how
was-
they got past the radar, because it was too small.
It just everything made sense about it. Like, even the fact that like they became the Deus Ex, right? Because they're gonna go and bring the X-Wings back at the end of the movie to save the day. And like, I also really like, you guys were mentioning, I think Clark was mentioning all the cameos. I like how restrained they were with the
Yeah,
cameos.
Zeb was Zeb. He was there. It wasn't like
Zeb's just there. He's part of the crew,
Whipping.
right? Yeah.
Yeah,
But like,
I'm-
but I thought like there's no Ahsoka, there's no Bo-Katan.
I mean, the worst cameo is Dave Filoni in his stupid fucking hat.
I
chilling
don't
at
think
the
that's the
bar.
worst cameo. He
I
was
liked
already
it.
established. He's already established.
I
in
know
the lore.
he's established, but to see
All
him
of
being the only
Captain
one
Pilot's-
in his hat, it's like
It's what he does. It's
I
what he
mean-
does. He's already done it before in an episode of
I know,
Mandalorian.
I know.
So, it's canon. But I love that all of the things that were in this movie made sense to be in this movie.
Yeah.
Now, is it cute that Rhoda is, the baby picture of Rhoda is a reminder of the painful first
yes.
movie of the Clone
Mhm.
Wars, the animated movie where Ahsoka and Anakin had to carry this baby on their back. That's cute, but Dave Filoni just wants to celebrate all the things that George Lucas, and he talked about like for so many years. So I think it's fun that Dave Filoni is carrying this torch because he was literally George Lucas's protege. Like,
Yeah.
there's no one better to carry this torch than Dave Filoni. So I was so happy with like all the things because they just made sense. Like, and if you don't want to learn about the Hutts, sorry, don't watch this movie, man, because it's not for you. But like
I needed a little bit more hoodies if I'm being picky. Like, maybe that's racist, but like, I don't want my Huts to speak basic, right? It's English is called basic in Star Wars.
I think so. I don't remember, but I mean, look, I kind of always took it as like Jabba's a dick, right? Jabba is like, you gotta learn my language, but
Yeah.
I don't know. I feel like if you're trying to be a shrewd business person in this galaxy,
There was a Hut that did speak English in the Clone Wars, so it's not like
Yeah,
unprecedented.
yeah. So, but I love that the Hutts were a central part of this story because, like, that's a bold choice, man. It's a bold choice, like because, like,
I mean, there's been a lot of hut stuff erasure in the past couple of years.
yes, there has been.
So yes, it is a choice to go back to them.
But I think it's cool to double down on the Hutts and like actually show what their colony kind of looks like. It was gross. It was kind of gross. Like but I also really like the weird when you see the twins sleeping next to each
Mhm.
other. Like they
In their
formed
yin and yang
they
condition.
formed this awesome yin yang, and I just thought it was really cool. Like there was like a lot of cool imagery in this movie, and
Mhm.
I just I just love it for being as wacky and and simple as it was because like you don't have to watch anything else and you can just go have a fun time.
And it
It,
has
it
great action.
it's great
Yeah.
action.
Yeah.
A lot of Mando doing Mando stuff. A lot
Mhm.
of
Yeah.
aliens doing alien.
He
Ebo,
is the Mando Wick.
Yeah.
Embo's
Embo.
cool.
Yeah.
He's very unique with his fighting.
Mhm.
We were asked last night, Clark and I, by our friend Oliver, how family friendly the violence was, and we're like, well, can we all accept that like stormtroopers don't count? Because like if you're okay with stormtroopers getting murdered, then I think you could take your kids to see this one, right?
Yeah.
Because like that's the majority of the things that die in this movie, minus a few creatures here and there. And the Mando killing stormtroopers is so fun. It's so fun. By the way, I just want to point out the other weird thing because I know you guys are pointing out some of the weird vehicles and stuff that are from the toys and stuff.
Oh,
The stormtrooper, it used to be the Hoth stormtrooper, right? Like the one with that always had the skirt and the mask, the snowtrooper. That was kind of nightmare fuel for my childlike brain to see what it looks like without the cloth covering on the
well,
mask.
it's the Sand Trooper from Rogue One, just without the covering, or the Shore Trooper. That's what they're called.
The Shore Trooper. Yeah. That was terrifying to put the two and two together, though. Like I didn't like seeing what it looked like, but I thought it was really cool that they did that because there's a part of me that always wondered what that looked like underneath.
What's under there?
Yeah, exactly. So I liked that this movie was scratching a lot of itches that I kind of forgot that I had as a kid. And I think that like I can only thank this movie for that. I can't sit here and be negative about it. Like I know you said you want to dunk on the movie. You're by all means, please feel free to dunk on it. I'm not even going to defend the points. Like I'm just going to let you do it.
I don't know if they're gripes. They're just like interesting choices, right? Like this movie negates pretty much everything bad that happens to Mando in season 2.
Yeah.
He lost Grogu, got him back. He got
him
back. He got him back in 3.
Season 3 negated.
He lost the ship.
Yeah. The Razor Crest got blowed up 1 week after it got funded, the HasLab. Yeah. And I thought that was the funniest thing ever. But now everybody who spent several hundreds of dollars on the Razor Crest can rejoice because it's back.
A little different.
But yeah, I get the paint job on it.
Now it really handles like a fighter.
Yeah. There's like a lot of little things.
Little
you're like, oh,
grabs.
Yeah. Again, it
nothing negates.
There's no word yet on what a season 4 Mando is, or I think Ahsoka's the next show. But it's kind of they like wipe the slate clean, right? And they can either double down on.
They wipe most of the slate clean. What I thought was interesting is like there's no actual acknowledgement of Greef Karga being dead or alive. Do you know what I mean? Like I thought that was kind of cool. They let him live. He could still be running Navarro for all we know. Like I like that Cara Dune didn't come back. Like,
oh, you want? That's what I did. Man, it's not a good show for me. I watched the fight she did last week. Oh man, not good.
Side note: what's really funny when you look on Netflix and the advertisement for it comes up and it says the whole thing is 3 hours and 50 minutes, and I'm like, well, only 17 seconds really counted.
Yeah.
All right.
That woman had no business in the ring.
We got off on a tangent.
Yeah, that was.
But yeah,
that was,
But yeah,
were
there's
some
there's
cameos
no
that
no
didn't happen,
Bo-Katan, there's no Mandalorian,
there's
which
no
there didn't need to
armor.
be.
No
Yeah.
armor.
no
The
armor.
absence of the armor was kind of surprising to me, but at the end of the day, I
But
just had fun.
she wouldn't have fit in that story.
Yeah.
No, none of the
She
cult
I
stuff
would have
there.
just been suspecting her of being evil the whole time if she was there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Like
No
it's
Moff
an
Gideon
interesting palate
clones.
cleanser of like
It is.
they're really at their own that the steering, and they didn't pigeonhole themselves into going anywhere, right? It's just
Yeah.
this thing that if the Ahsoka stuff pops off season 2, all right, loop it back in together, go the Thrawn route. If
But
it doesn't, then they can.
It kind of made
Go
sense
on.
that the New Republic at that point would just be hunting down the
Mhm.
big Imperial actors.
Yeah.
And one of the things that I actually liked at the end was that inference that Sigourney Weaver. Sorry, I don't remember her character name. Sigourney
Oh
Weaver.
yeah. Neither do I. I don't
Yeah,
remember her name.
wait.
She's Sigourney Weaver in this movie.
Yeah, where she basically,
Colonel
says to
Ward.
Mando,
Colonel
Colonel
Ward.
Ward is like, no, you're part of the New Republic now. And he's like, I'm an independent contractor. She's like, you go on thinking that.
Yeah. Yeah.
He is now a member of the New Republic, and I like that.
He chose a side.
He chose his side.
Yeah.
Yeah,
He chose a side. Yeah.
exactly. From the guy that at the very beginning, was pure just if you pay me, I go. But Grogu influenced him and stuff, and he wants to protect his son, and he knows the galaxy is better with the New Republic.
I think that's why it's not a status quo. Because they did.
Yeah.
There is forward movement in that. Like Din is now officially a good guy. I know he was most of the time a good guy in the story, but if you go back and watch the first episode of The Mandalorian, kind of wasn't a very good guy at the beginning.
Yeah.
So here we are. Here we are now.
And he doesn't want to kill discriminately. Like anyway, he's like, I don't want to work for the Hutts. I don't want to do that.
Violence is a last resort. It's a last resort.
We know how the New Republic at this point ends, right? There's 3 whole movies after this that
unless they retcon it, yes.
Unless they retcon it.
Mm-hmm.
They probably won't.
And the Ryan Gosling movie next year is post episode
9.
12 or post episode 9, sorry.
Yeah.
Really?
And I'm excited about that.
So as I guess there's obviously this gap in the Star Wars universe timeline wise. How integral does Mando need to be in the fall of the New Republic? Like
he doesn't have to be.
No,
that would be great if he wasn't. But I do love that this movie chose to integrate elements of all 3 trilogies.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Like you got the Babu Frick people in there. You got the Azelians, right? That's what they're called, the Azelians. You got the AT-AT or the AT-AT from like the original. You're even giving nods.
I even got the little ship, the toy ship that flew out of it.
The Kenner ship, yeah, for sure. And you've got elements of you got super battle droids, right? You got stuff from Clone Wars. You got everything. It's all the different lore is blending together, and I think that's really cool because like
Martin Scorsese's dude is from Solo.
Is he from Solo?
Yeah, his little alien type.
Mm-hmm.
It's not the same character. But the same.
Okay, gotcha. Yeah, but I think they've done a good job of like world building in 9 movies that like now we're just letting characters live in that world to see what it looks like, and I am so okay with just having movies like, so just to be clear, I think that Andor and Mandalorian both operate in the same awesome way of just living in Star Wars. You can do it tonally very different, right? Like they are on 2 very ends of the tonal spectrum for sure, but both of them are so much better than a lot of the Star Wars movies because they just get to be. They just get to be, like, and I just love it for that. So no, Ricky, I would hate if the Mandalorian shows up and helps stop the 5th Death Star or whatever. Like I just don't do it. But we'll see. Time will tell. Like George Lucas got crazier as he got older. Dave Filoni's not getting younger.
No, I think Dave Filoni's at the wheel of Star Wars moving forward, and I think the best thing that he could do is to let go of the wheel, right? And I think Star Wars let go of the wheel, but not let go of the control, right? You take that Feige role of a overseer, making sure things are moving in the right direction. But I think the sauce really works when
some
other
people
come in and do their
some
thing.
people might not like this, but I think he needs to be a little more Kevin Feige, in terms of you gotta control the overall story, but then let your directors cook. Like I know it got canceled stuff, but I would still love to see Patty Jenkins' Rogue Squadron movie, even though we're getting Starfighter, and that's one of the reasons I'm going to really support Starfighter, because maybe if it's good, they'll make a Rogue Squadron movie. But I would let it go if they continue forward. That's what I love about Starfighter. I am tired of all the prequels and this stuff. Move forward. No matter where the story's going, but move forward. Get us some new characters. I mean, that's what the 7, 8, and 9 was supposed to be, but you fell back.
We got
the old character.
We got Babu Frick.
Yes. Recently, Damon Lindelof movie got canceled.
Yeah.
There was that story where Steven Soderbergh had a movie on deck.
Well, I mean, if we had a list, that might be fun sometime, of listing all the canceled Star Wars movies that were announced, by
let people play
and stuff. Yeah.
Yeah. But I will say the ultimate reason I decided to just go into this movie with zero expectations and just have fun is because it was Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. I was like, I read a lot of the negative reviews and I was like, but it's Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. How bad can it be? And I went into the movie and I was so happy that I went in there with that expectation. That's the only expectation I had, is it's Jon Favreau and Dave Filoni. There's no way it's going to be that bad. And I ended up being like so overjoyed. Like I want to see it again in theaters because like I just loved every minute of it.
Yeah.
It was so good.
I do want to see it again and watch it for a lot of stuff that I missed. Some of the stuff we talked about today.
Yeah, it's really good. What do you think, Ricky? How much did you like this? Because I know you said you wanted to dunk. I didn't feel like you dunked on it pretty hard. Did you like this movie a lot?
It's a little nitpicky. This is it's like the closest thing I feel like to like an MCU movie where it's like, I'm trying to think of like what movie it would.
Ant-Man.
It's the Ant-Man. It's a thing that exists in the world that we love. Is it perfect? No, not by a mile. But is it fun? Is it entertaining? Are there continuous moments of joy watching it? Yeah. And that's you can't ask for more, right? Like it's I don't know, like it's like enjoying a good meal. Not an amazing meal, not a great meal, but it's just like, all right. I was happy.
It's a good burger.
Yeah,
I've had burgers, but this is a good burger.
Yeah,
I thought it was an amazing meal. I'm just saying. I had a blast. I would give it a 9 out of 10. I just loved the way it made me feel inside watching that movie. You know what I mean?
Like I know people this is like not making the money a Star Wars movie typically makes.
Yeah.
But I'd be very curious again, like on the actual money spent on this in terms of cast and puppetry and all this stuff mixed together. Like if this is a worthwhile endeavor to do again.
But also, I mean, that's a great example of expectations, because they talk about how it made just slightly less than Solo. But Solo was when they still had the expectations that every Star Wars movie had to make over $1 billion.
Yeah.
And now they're just like, please don't suck. And it so didn't suck. And so like it restored the faith that they could make a fun, good Star Wars movie. Did it make as much? Well,
Yeah.
we'll see. You know, it still made, you know, a lot. And so it's not going to make $1 billion.
Is that
probably,
enough for Star Wars? I think that's
Yeah.
the question. Disney
I
has
think
to
it
ask
should be.
themselves, and that's and you want to talk about making money? Did you see the numbers
Mhm.
Obsession is doing right now?
No, but I want to see it
That
because I love.
movie cost $1
Curry.
million to make, and it's tracking to cross 100.
Wow. Good for
Obsession.
them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It made more its second week.
Curry Barker and Cooper. I can't remember Cooper's last name. They have a social media. That's a bad idea.
Mhm.
And they've been doing comedy skits for like years, and they finally produced a
Like a
horror
monkey's
movie.
paw tell.
Yeah, and it is blowing people's minds like that. It's I want to see it so bad. I might go see it in the theaters, but I love those guys. I think I've been rooting for them to succeed for many years now, watching them on TikTok and stuff. But they did it. Good job. You did it. But yeah, I don't care how much The Mandalorian makes really, because like I still love this movie and I will watch it repeatedly. I can't wait till it comes out on Disney Plus so I can watch it at home whenever I feel like just chilling and living in Star Wars. You know, I might have hated on Grogu a lot when we were watching the Mandalorian TV show, but I'm in love with that character now. I can't get enough of him because like he makes me believe that he's real. The same way Yoda made me believe back in the day. Not prequel Yoda, Ricky. I hate that Yoda.
Episode 1 still had the puppet.
That's true. 2 and 3 are That's true. 2 and 3 are
he's a puppet again in 8.
He was. 8's also my favorite of the crappy movies, like the crappy trilogy.
What happened to Yaddle?
Yaddle dead. I don't know what to tell you. I could talk more if you wanted to, but I don't really think we need to. I think
we'll wrap it up there.
Yeah, you have listened, we have spoken, you know.
Oh, we were trying to do it, but are we watching all of Old Ass Man Spider-Man next week?
Hell yeah, it all comes out tomorrow, right?
I mean, it's already out if you have MGM Plus, like a real fan.
Like a real G. No, I don't.
Watching it in black and white.
I'm gonna watch it in black and white.
Yeah, I was gonna watch it in black and white.
Are you gonna watch it in color, Ricky?
I'll watch it in color.
Okay. But the character is black and white.
In a color world.
Well, no.
They shot it in color.
He's in black and white, but then they pull him into a color world in the Spider-Verse. I'm just saying. That's cool. I look forward to the differing perspectives for sure. But how many episodes is it?
I think it's like 8.
I'll watch
it. It's getting actually pretty decent reviews for what it is.
I'll watch it all before next week. It's Spider-Man, of course. I'll watch it all. I don't have high expectations, but it is produced by Phil Lord and Chris Miller, so that gives me some hope, you know.
Some hope.
All right, we're doing Spider Noir next week. Let's go.
All right. Cool. I think that'll wrap it up.
You're welcome to come back to talk about Spider Noir if you watch it.
Back if you want to.
We shall see.
This is the longest episode we've done in a while, guys. I think we really like this movie.
I think that'll do it. And with that, true believers.
Thank you, guys.
We have spoken.